So, Jack Doherty. It's actually really funny. I actually had a video that I was going to sit there and upload, and I'm glad I didn't because, well, Jack Doherty got banned on Kick just to get unbanned in 24 hours. And there's a lot to talk about. Here's the thing with Kick. Kick is the definition of the Wild West, okay? The things you're allowed to sit there and say, the things you're allowed doing there to sit there and do, I would not be surprised if you couldn't just get away with murder. Like, we'll sit there and give him a 7-day ban. Why not? Now, Jack Doherty, a lot of people don't like him. There is a very good reason why people do not like him. He is just the god awful, nearly worst human being you can possibly have on this planet. Okay? It's like he checks off every single box of being just obnoxious, rude, degenerate, whatever you want to sit there and call it. And the bigger issue is not so much that, like, he does all this stuff, right? But he has people around him. The guy's like 20-something years old. He has people around him that co-sign his BS every single day. And in some ways, and I know it sounds ass backwards, I gotta kind of sit there and admire this business practice, right? Because although he's like the worst type of person ever, and he practically sold his soul for like money and success and stuff like that, he has money and success. I mean, regardless of how he had or how he got it, he still has it, right? So he's always going to walk around with this certain level of, it doesn't really matter what you say to me because I got money in the bank and I got women and I got cars and I don't want to sit there and say fans, because if you're a fan of him, you're basically sitting there, well, you're just as awful as him. Let's just be real. But, he turned being a god-awful person into money and success. And in that light, he will always sit there and win the argument of, it doesn't matter what you say to me. It doesn't matter if I get kicked off of Kick, which, I'm going to be honest, practically unless you commit capital murder, you're going to be banned for life. He's always going to sit there and have that W in his corner. That's just the bottom line. As much as I can't stand it, as much as other people can't stand it, it is what it is. But just going into Kick in general, like I said, Kick is just the Wild West. And, people always sit there and give TikTok so much, crap for people that would be doing these TikTok challenges, like licking ice cream and everything like that. But I'm like, Kick is so much worse. Kick is one of those, Kick is like, Kick unconsciously will sit there and practically tell you, you want to be big on here? Do the most god-awful things to people, average, ordinary people, just mess with their days, mess with them in their day or whatever, and you'll get success. And they'll reward you. They will reward you. Okay, you got people like Vitali and, well, I would sit there and say this person's name, but see how he loves to sit there and sue people and get these people, anytime you sit there and talk about this person, get their videos, like copyright and everything like that. I'm not even going to sit there and bother to mess with it. But the other number one biggest streamer on there. And again, that they pay him to say and do god-awful things. They reward him. What I mean, when you stop to think about it, just in society, you are now getting rewarded for being a god-awful human being. You're being rewarded for pretty much selling your soul. You want money and success and women and stuff like that? All you guys sit there and do is give up practically who you are. It's funny. Maybe a couple months ago, I was with my friends, and one of my friends was like, if you really want to sit there and get big on YouTube, just say the N-word. Just be racist. Just say the most god-awful things possible. It's like you have to be the worst version of yourself to sit there and get some success. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Um, One of the people that I really like and respect is a guy named John Campia. Yeah, he had that one little controversial video where he said the N word, which is still awful. But for the most part, he's always been a person who has just been true about himself and been honest and been good and have gotten success based off of his work ethic. And there's other people as well, but that's just one person I could sit there and think of. Um, but yeah, just in general, yeah, Jack Doherty, he got kicked off just to get back on. And he got kicked off because he told a woman to sit there and flash their tatas. And they did. They flashed their tatas and he got banned. And you know what he said? He said, I'll be back in 24 hours. In 24 hours, she was actually back. So, I mean, granted, that says a lot about him because he does bring money to the platform. That says a lot about the platform because they allow that type of behavior. You know, for anyone that is upset with My House is Dirty that got kicked off of YouTube or whatever, which is I'm surprised they didn't actually go on kick. I'm surprised they didn't actually go on kick. I mean, I think they got probably too much legal trouble to do that, but like even I'm J Station, you know? I'm J Station used to be a guy who used to do 3 a.m. challenges. I know I'm kind of going away from the Jack Doherty thing, but like this is also about kick as well. He used to be a guy that used to do these 3 a.m. challenges, and things got controversial when he started using actual people and talking about he was contacting them from the dead. He was on YouTube a couple of times. He got channels taken down and stuff like that. I was surprised he never went on Twitch, but I felt like it probably would have been the same thing. But now you got Kick. Kick, like I said, is just the site that gives no F's, is the Wild West. You get rewarded for just being a god awful person. And I feel like that would be perfect for him. So I'm surprised he hasn't actually done that. Maybe on some level he just got kind of tired of it, Maybe I'll do a separate video on I'm J Station sometime this week since I actually have some time off. But yeah, Jack Doherty is a terrible, god-awful human being. He's been like that for a while. He's been able to sit there and escape a lot of consequences due to his age. And then due to the fact that he has bodyguards around him, which is probably the most cowardly thing to do, is to get up in someone's face, and then have your security guards with you. Like, and then people, of course, kids are going to sit there and gravitate towards that and be like, oh man, he's somebody I can sit there and look up to. Anyway, point is, he's back. He got kicked off and he's back, and no one really should be too surprised.